All right, we are back here, CCC pre-race interview with Dani Moreno. Dani in studio after just helping us with our OCC preview. We're just joking, you're in the hot seat now. Dani, how are you feeling as we make our way into race week?
Oh man, I just had so much fun just doing OCC, so it's just kind of shifting gears.
Shifting gears now away from doing analysis to answering questions in the same way that you're shifting gears in your career a little bit. For our audience, you were third place at OCC in 2022, a DNF in 2023, and then a sixth place in 2024. So 3 straight years of dedication there. What makes this the right time to do something different?
Honestly, trying something new, and I feel that I do a pretty good job of staying true to myself and asking myself like very hard but honest questions. And I've stayed in that lane of the 50K for a while now, pretty much my whole career or last couple years of my career. And I was just craving a different challenge. Yeah.
Well, I, for one, am very excited to see you embrace this new challenge. But
Thanks.
Before we get there, one thing I'd really love to talk about is the decision to do this instead of Worlds. Last time we recorded something in this format was after you had finished third at the Broken Arrow 46K. There, you, Jen, and Helen had all punched tickets to the short trail team at the World Championships next month. All 3 of you were a little ambivalent about it. Turns out Jen's going to do the long course. You forwent the opportunity altogether, but Helen is going to race short distance. Talk about wrestling with that decision. What made you feel like CCC, it was the right time to do this now instead of do something where you maybe feel more comfortable and where, in all likelihood, you could have been a medal contender?
Yeah, I think for me, I have just such a big family background, I would say. Like, I take a lot of pride in being part of a group. And with Team USA, it truly is to me like a very, I don't want to say like a blood oath or something like that, but I would take it really seriously. And, the whole is as good as its parts. The sum is as good as its parts. And that course wasn't really calling to me. And so I felt like it was a disservice to the team aspect, to be honest, for me to go in that half-heartedly or to roll into it after potentially the biggest, longest race I've ever done. Yep. So yeah, that's just who I am. And so I felt there was a couple other runners who like really were frothing for that position, went to Broken Arrow with big Team USA dreams, and I would rather they have it than I. That's
very, very cool of you and a great sentiment to orient your career around. So spending a couple of minutes more on Broken Arrow, I mean, from memory, one of the most exciting races of the year. Jen, Helen, you in that order, finishing within, I think it was 70 seconds of each other. Of course, that was sort of your big re-entry to the sport after dealing with some issues, as all athletes do. As we now have a little bit of perspective, reflect on that performance and, where you're at now, and what's been going on since.
Yeah, I think as you start to accumulate races throughout your career, like there's definitely ones that stand out that maybe you didn't realize in the moment were going to be such a big deal. And that was definitely Broken Arrow for me. I feel that, objectively, if you would have taken mine, Helen's and Jen's training and put them up on a PowerPoint, you would have been like, there's something that doesn't belong. And yeah, Broken Arrow was really unexpectedly, like teaching to me, relearning what makes me me. And I think what makes me me is like, I'm a very gritty runner. I am the most optimistic person the second half of a race. And like, I'm relentless, like when I'm at my best. And so going into that second lap and just like suddenly believing, I could catch third, and then suddenly learning that maybe second and first were, coming into frame. I felt that just like essence of what brought me to running in the first place was like, it was just a reminder that it's still there and it never will go away.
Yeah. Okay. So since Broken Arrow, you mentioned on the podcast we did recently that it hasn't been totally perfect in the build up, but that I think the word you use is cautiously optimistic, and you just described yourself as the most optimistic person in the second half of a race. Generally optimistic person. Share a little bit about what you've been dealing with and where your health and fitness is at right now.
Yeah, it's, I feel like it's one of those phases in life where so many people were throwing various scriptures at me, like different forms of religion and philosophies, because going into Broken Arrow, I felt super underbaked. That's, and I get a lot of confidence from my ability to work hard, like work thoughtfully and work hard. And, the rest will be taken with the mindset on the race day and like believing my dog has its biggest fight. And so post Broken Arrow, it's like, okay, let's rev the engine, like build the engine a little bit more. And I became super obsessed with like this race car metaphor that like Tom is helping me build my engine. My sister is building the outside of my car. My nutritionist is like creating the fuel, that goes into the car and is optimized. And I was just like in such a pleasant, happy place, like very sustainable. I was like, I can do this for months. Like, don't force fitness, let it come to you. And like, I started feeling it come to me, and Dragon's Back is a great workout place in Mammoth. If anybody follows Tim Tollefson, he's done that a billion times this year. And I finally got to this day where I could run up nearly the whole thing, which is a big fitness indicator to me. And I remember running down so happy, went home, had some dinner with friends, brushing my teeth, put my toe spreaders on, and I turn a corner and my right pinky toe gets caught on the door. And, I yell. I'm like, oh, F, that hurt. Husband comes in. He's like, you're fine. Like, trying. I was like, I think I just broke my toe. And he's like, it's okay. And I was like, I'm pretty sure I did. Next morning, I was like, yeah, that's in my head. It's a bad sprain. Go run on it. Take my sock off. The thing is like purple. And I was like, all right, I need to go to the doctor. Got it checked and it was broken. So yeah, that's been
freaking pinky toes, man.
And it's so funny. I keep joking with friends that like, you think American politics are polarizing, like broken pinky toes are polarizing. There's this camp of like, just suck it up. And the other camp of like, everything is connected. Don't risk anything. And it's been hard. It's like such a small thing in like objectively, but it truly is connected, like trying to figure this out because, other little niggles have come up because I'm trying to compensate. And it's been a true mental battle of like this race. And if I'm being completely honest, I actually am still deciding if I'm going to line up.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Okay. Time's a ticking.
All right. Well, that's big news here on the program, but we're rooting for you. But yeah, I mean, like, it is funny. And speaking of the race car, everything needs to be fully tuned at this level now, right? I mean, in 2017, I blasted my left big toe in training before UTMB and in the last phases, but just buddy taped it for the rest of the summer and through the race. And my left big toe is still to this day like ruined from it. So, but
did anything else pop up?
I mean, just, getting older and stuff. But I mean, I think, they say the big toe is like really important for your balance and stuff like that. I don't know the significance of the pinky toe, but my point is that, hopefully, with the right care and attention that it won't be an issue, but, hopefully you can line up. I'm interested to hear you say more about this philosophy thing, because I noticed both you and Rod posted like that you had gone on a run together and you were sort of contemplating the mystery of the universe, more or less. I was planning to ask Rod about this too. Is that all confidential information? Is there anything you can share about like how you guys were talking each other through this, like these question marks as we approach race day?
Yeah, I mean, Rod Farford is like a little brother to me, and I think seeing him, because I was here in Europe and I've been feeling a little all over the place, obviously. We just like have so many good talks at home. Like we'll just get straight into it. We ask the hard hitting questions and we just started talking about like religion and if you believe in God and, different types of religion. And I feel that, and I started a Substack too. It's called The Trail Diaries. Right. And I also wrote about just like belief systems, because I think when you're a little shook up, it's like the best belief systems are like take you through the best times and through the worst times. And so when you're struggling to believe in that belief system when things are hard, it might not be the right belief system for you, whether that is like rooted in philosophy or religion or just something you kind of mesh all together. So we just talked a lot about those couple of things, and he's on a journey right now, but I'll let that for him to share.
Send me your Substack. I want to read this. I'm very, very interested. Thank you for sharing that a little bit. All right. So you mentioned Coach Tom working on the engine of the race car. We've talked about this recently, but I think it's kind of interesting, right? Like, he's obviously competing in UTMB. I think he coaches Tony McCann, also Ingvild, I think, who are all racing.
And Elsie Davis.
All racing CCC. Obviously, Tom is known as a great athlete. Share a little bit about this little group that is working with him, how he's helped you, especially in this moment where you're stepping up in distance.
Yeah, one of the reasons I chose Tom is I asked him if he could turn me more into a mountain runner. I love speed. I love running fast. I love running flat, but it is my comfort zone. And so, just kind of deciding going into this year, I wanted to try something different and, being open to a coaching change. He just spoke the most to me. And, all I can say is he's a great guy. Like, he's literally preparing for his race and checking in with me every day. And I just think that goes above and beyond. Like, I honestly wasn't expecting that type of, just attention, but I truly believe like if I was able to get those last 3 to 4 weeks that we had planned, I'd be coming in here in some of the best shape of my life, like coming off a broken arrow and stuff like that. But he's done really good of like helping me manage everything.
So specifically, what is changing right now as you move up to CCC? Because Tom, like, he's so fun to talk to about training because he is such he's so intentional and he has like very well considered positions on what he's doing and why. So I'd love to hear, like, is it anything more complicated than bumping in volume, or are you bumping in volume at all? Are you extending long runs? If you could be specific, I think people would be interested.
Yeah, I didn't get a chance to finish this part of the training, but we were starting to do like double thresholds, and I really liked that.
Really?
The way I tried double thresholds before, and I don't think I did it right based on the instructions I was getting. But the way that he described it to me, it finally clicked. And I felt that I was getting fit quite fast from that. I'm trying to think. It's a lot of like back-to-back work. So nothing like, I don't know, crazy that people haven't heard of. It's just honest, good work. And you're doing the same pretty simple things, week after week. And I feel like before I actually had a lot more variety in my training. So yeah, I guess that's that. Yeah.
Share a little bit about your time here in Europe. I'm interested in 2 things. Number one, you've been on the course. What do you think about it? The sections that you hadn't really explored. And also, it feels to me like you have been here earlier than you have when you were doing OCC. So I'd love to hear the consideration behind that too.
Yeah. So I got here August 8th. So not the earliest, but earlier, than I had before. And a big reason was to check out more of the course. And so I just spent some time in Courmayeur. I think we spent like 4.5 days there. I was there with friend and teammate Tony McCann to check out that whole like first section. And honestly, this is like a brick in why I'm actually being a little indecisive is I love this part of the course, and seeing this course now, I know in my gut I have the tools that would enable me to potentially win this race. I think I would really, really thrive on that course. And so having this kind of like, I don't know, very how do you say that word? Tumultuous? I can't talk right now.
Tumultuous?
Yeah. It's hard to say. Past month where I feel that my energy has been spent on trying to stay optimistic and stay on track, has really kind of beaten me down quite a bit, to be honest.
What about this question is like, Why not start and give yourself the chance versus not start at all?
Because there's a couple parts. Like I have dropped out here before, and it's a little different, I think, from other races.
You being very.
I was pretty upset. Yeah. And the second thing is like I'm pretty stubborn, so even if something was potentially starting to act up, I think I would still. I don't know. I'd like to say I'd be able to drop out. Yeah. But yeah, that is a option like on the table. Yeah. I don't know. It's such a big race. Why race hard for 5 hours just to drop out? Like there's always another race. And, to me, it's more of like the mental space you need to be in to come into these races. To me, it feels dishonest to my core to be like, I'm just going to try this out. Yeah. Like if I'm lining up to race, it's like, I'm here to give everything I can on the day. And I can live with like making a tactical error, and like falling back in the field but I would be pretty upset with myself if I got injured again.
Set yourself back.
Yeah.
Yeah. And there's going to be nowhere to hide. And one of the things we were talking about before we got started is just the women's race at CCC in general, maybe the race of the week.
Yeah.
We've got the last 3 champions all in the same race.
When has that happened? Yeah.
Ingvild Kaspersen, Blandine Lehirendell, of course, many contenders,
and
yourself
you have
included.
2 second place finishers, Sumaya Buddha, Martina. Right. Yeah. I know this is, I mean, I didn't know how much I was going to share today, but like, that shit gets me fired up. Yeah. Like I love competition. I would rather be 10th in a deep field than win a small race. Mm-hmm. Like I just love it. And the fact that like, I haven't even thought about that and I'm so consumed in my own space and not like thriving off of that. It feels a little off. It doesn't feel quite like Dani. So yeah, I'm in it right now. Okay. Yeah.
Well, Dani, we hope you'll start this weekend.
Thanks.
We super like always love watching you compete. It's also really fun to just like talk with you about all this stuff. You clearly like just put a lot of thought into it. You have a really great gift of, conveying the things that you're feeling both about your own career and about, other races and behaving more as like an analyst and a commentator. But we appreciate you coming into studio. And if you are on the start line in Courmayeur on Friday morning, we will certainly be rooting for you. So good luck.
Thank you. Yeah, I will say if I am on the start line, like I'm there to play for sure.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Good way to end. Thank you, Dani.
Thanks.